Far above the Earth, beyond the thin atmosphere and the drifting satellites, there is a structure so large that your mind was never truly designed to imagine it all at once. The Milky Way Galaxy, a quiet spiral of stars turning slowly through darkness. A city of suns so enormous that even light itself needs 100,000 years to cross from one side to the other. And tonight, instead of rushing through astronomy like a lecture or a documentary, you can simply move through it slowly, one fact at a time, allowing the scale of the galaxy to gently stretch your thoughts outward. Because the Milky Way has a strange psychological effect on the human mind, the more you understand it, the quieter your ordinary worries can become. Fact number 1. The Milky Way is not still. Every star you can see in the night sky is moving through space at incredible speed, including our own sun, which travels around the center of the galaxy at roughly 500,000 miles per hour. And yet, despite moving so quickly, one full orbit around the galactic center takes about 230 million years. Dinosaurs appeared and vanished during only a small fraction of a single galactic year. Fact number 2. The Milky Way contains somewhere between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. Astronomers still cannot give an exact number. That uncertainty itself is fascinating. Human beings have mapped continents, decoded DNA, and built machines that landed on other worlds. And yet we still do not know how many suns exist inside our own galaxy. Fact number 3. Most stars in the Milky Way will never be seen by human eyes. Many are hidden behind clouds of dust. Others are simply too far away. When you look into the night sky, you are only seeing a tiny visible surface of something vastly larger beneath it, like standing beside an ocean at midnight, seeing only the moonlit waves nearest the shore. Fact number 4. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy. Its stars form long, curved arms that wrap outward from a bright central region, and through the center stretches a dense bar-shaped structure made of stars, gas, and dust. The entire galaxy rotates slowly around this hidden middle. Fact number 5. At the center of the Milky Way rests a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. Its mass is about 4 million times greater than the Sun, and yet black holes are almost impossible to see directly. Astronomers detect them mainly by watching how nearby stars move. In a strange way, black holes reveal themselves through absence, through gravity, through invisible influence. Fact number 6. You're inside the Milky Way right now. That may sound obvious at first, but the deeper you think about it, the stranger it becomes. Human beings often look at galaxies as distant objects in photographs, but the Milky Way is not distant from you. It surrounds you completely. Every direction in space leads deeper into it. Fact number 7. The Milky Way smells. At least, according to astronomers studying molecular clouds in space, some regions appear to contain chemicals similar to raspberries and rum. It is strange to imagine that deep space, which feels emotionally cold and silent, may contain traces of familiar scents. Fact number 8. Our solar system sits in a relatively quiet region called the Orion Arm. It is not near the center of the galaxy, not near the edge either, just one small branch among larger spiraling structures, a calm suburban neighborhood inside a cosmic metropolis. Fact number 9. If the Milky Way were reduced to the size of the continental United States, our solar system would be smaller than a coffee cup. The scale difference is almost impossible to emotionally process. Your entire life, every memory you have ever formed, exists within a tiny corner of a structure too large for ordinary intuition. Fact number 10. The galaxy is older than the Earth, far older. The Milky Way formed more than 13 billion years ago, while Earth formed around 4.5 billion years ago. That means ancient stars were already burning long before our planet even existed, long before oceans, long before trees, long before the first living cell. Fact number 11. Some stars in the Milky Way are so large that if one replaced our Sun, its outer surface would extend beyond the orbit of Mars. Others are so small and dim that trillions of them could exist unnoticed. The galaxy contains extremes that quietly ignore human expectations. Fact number 12. Most of the galaxy is dark, not metaphorically, literally dark. The stars are separated by enormous distances. If you traveled between stars, you would spend most of your journey crossing vast empty regions where almost nothing exists at all. Fact number 13. Even the nearest star beyond our sun is more than 4 light-years away. A light-year is the distance light travels in 1 year, and light moves faster than anything else known in the universe. So when astronomers speak calmly about nearby stars, they are already discussing unimaginable distances. Fact number 14. The Milky Way may contain billions of planets, possibly even more planets than stars. Some orbit twin suns. Some drift alone through darkness without any star at all. And somewhere among them may exist oceans, storms, mountains, or skies no human mind has imagined yet. Fact number 15. Astronomers believe the galaxy is surrounded by a massive halo of dark matter. Dark matter cannot be seen directly. It does not shine, it does not reflect light, but its gravity appears to hold galaxies together, which means most of the Milky Way may be made of something fundamentally invisible. Fact number 16. When you see the Milky Way in the night sky from a dark location, you are looking sideways through the dense disk of our galaxy. That glowing band is not a cloud. It is the combined light of countless distant stars blending together, a river of suns. Fact number 17. Ancient civilizations all over the world created stories about the Milky Way. Some saw it as a heavenly road, others imagined spilled milk, cosmic smoke, or pathways for souls. Long before telescopes existed, humans sensed something mysterious in that pale glowing stripe across the darkness. Fact number 18. The stars nearest the galactic center orbit faster than stars farther away. This movement helped scientists realize that hidden mass exists throughout the galaxy. Without dark matter, galaxies should spin apart over time, and yet they remain intact, held together by something we still barely understand. Fact number 19. Some stars in the Milky Way are older than almost everything around them. Ancient stars called population 2 stars formed when the universe contained very few heavy elements. These stars are cosmic fossils, quiet survivors from the early universe. Fact number 20. Every atom of iron in your blood was forged inside ancient stars. The calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, the carbon in your cells, all created through stellar processes billions of years ago. The Milky Way is not separate from you. In a literal physical sense, you are made from its history. And as the galaxy slowly turns through darkness tonight, your body carries materials that once drifted through exploding stars. Fact number 21. The Milky Way is slowly approaching another galaxy called Andromeda. In about 4 billion years, the two galaxies will begin merging together, not through violent collisions between stars, because stars are so widely separated that direct impacts are rare. Instead, the galaxies will pass through each other like drifting weather systems made of light. Fact number 22. Astronomers have discovered gigantic bubbles extending above and below the center of the Milky Way. These structures, called Fermi bubbles, stretch for thousands of light years. No one fully understands their origin. Even our own galaxy still contains mysteries hidden in plain sight. Fact number 23. Some regions of the Milky Way are active stellar nurseries where new stars are constantly forming. Clouds of hydrogen slowly collapse under gravity until nuclear fusion ignites. A star begins, quietly, deep inside darkness. Fact number 24. Other stars are dying. Some expand into red giants. Some collapse into white dwarfs. Some explode as supernovas. The galaxy is not static. It is a continuous cycle of formation and destruction unfolding over immense timescales. Fact number 25. If aliens somewhere inside the Milky Way looked toward Earth right now, from a planet thousands of light years away, they would not see modern humanity. They would see ancient history, perhaps dinosaurs, or nothing at all, because light itself takes time to travel. In astronomy, distance also becomes time, and gradually, as you move deeper into these ideas, the galaxy starts to feel less like an object and more like a process, a slow unfolding structure, a place where motion is constant but almost never hurried. Stars drift, clouds collapse, galaxies rotate, black holes wait silently. Everything moves, but across timescales so vast that change becomes almost invisible. Fact number 26. The Sun has completed only about 20 trips around the Milky Way since it formed. Only 20 galactic years. That is all human existence has occupied inside the galaxy's rotation. Fact number 27. There may be rogue planets drifting through the Milky Way without any parent star. Dark worlds wandering endlessly between the stars. No sunrise, no sunset, only permanent night. Fact number 28. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not solid structures. They behave more like traffic patterns. Stars move in and out of them over time. The galaxy is less rigid than it first appears, more fluid, more dynamic. Fact number 29. Radio telescopes allow astronomers to study regions of the galaxy hidden behind dust clouds. Visible light can be blocked, but radio waves travel through, meaning some parts of the Milky Way reveal themselves only through invisible forms of observation. Fact number 30. Neutron stars inside the Milky Way are so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons on Earth. Matter compressed almost beyond imagination. The universe repeatedly creates conditions far stranger than ordinary intuition expects. Fact number 31. Some stars travel alone. Others exist in binary systems with companion stars orbiting each other. Some systems contain 3 stars, or 4. The night sky often appears orderly from Earth, but deeper observation reveals endless complexity. Fact number 32. The galaxy contains enormous molecular clouds stretching across light years of space. These clouds are cold, dark, and dense enough to eventually create stars and planets. The future solar systems of the Milky Way already exist as quiet potential hidden inside these drifting regions. Fact number 33. Our galaxy likely contains millions of black holes. Most are small compared to Sagittarius A star. Many wander silently through space, almost impossible to detect. Invisible objects moving through darkness under the laws of gravity alone. Fact number 34. Some stars pulse rhythmically, others flicker unpredictably. Astronomers can study brightness changes to measure distance and motion. The galaxy communicates through patterns of light. Fact number 35. The Milky Way is part of a larger structure called the local group, a collection of galaxies gravitationally connected together. Even galaxies themselves belong to larger systems. Scale continues outward almost endlessly. Fact number 36. If you could somehow view the Milky Way from above, its spiral arms would glow softly against black space. But no human has ever seen our galaxy directly from the outside. Every image you have seen is an artistic reconstruction based on measurements and observation. We live inside the structure we are trying to map. Fact number 37. Some ancient stars travel through the Milky Way on unusual paths, suggesting they may have originated in smaller galaxies that merged with ours long ago. The Milky Way grew partly by absorbing other galaxies over billions of years. Its history includes cosmic migration. Fact number 38. Cosmic rays constantly move through the galaxy. High-energy particles traveling near the speed of light. Even now, tiny fragments of distant astronomical events are passing through your body unnoticed. Fact number 39. The center of the Milky Way is crowded with stars packed much closer together than stars near our Sun. In some regions, the night sky from a nearby planet would appear permanently bright. Darkness itself would become rare. Fact number 40. Astronomers believe there may be habitable planets scattered throughout the galaxy, not necessarily inhabited, but potentially capable of supporting liquid water and complex chemistry. The Milky Way may contain countless quiet possibilities, and somewhere in this immense structure, life became conscious enough to study the galaxy itself. That may be one of the strangest facts of all. Matter organized itself into awareness. Stars created elements. Elements formed planets. Planets produced living systems. And eventually, living systems began asking questions about the stars. Fact number 41. The galaxy does not care whether it is observed. Stars burn whether humans notice them or not. This can feel unsettling at first, but also strangely calming. The universe does not demand constant attention. It simply continues. Fact number 42. Many stars in the Milky Way are red dwarfs, small, cool stars that burn very slowly. Some may survive for trillions of years, far longer than the current age of the universe. Human civilization exists during only the earliest moments of their lifetimes. Fact number 43. When stars explode as supernovas, they enrich the galaxy with heavier elements. Death in astronomy often becomes the beginning of something else. Future planets, future oceans, future life. Fact number 44. The Milky Way contains giant magnetic fields stretching across interstellar space. Invisible structures influencing charged particles over enormous distances. Even emptiness is not truly empty. Fact number 45. Some stars move so fast that they can escape the Milky Way entirely. These hypervelocity stars are launched outward by extreme gravitational interactions, eventually disappearing into intergalactic darkness. Fact number 46. There are regions inside the galaxy where star formation has almost stopped, ancient stellar populations drifting quietly through time. Areas where the galaxy has grown old and calm. Fact number 47. The Milky Way probably looks ordinary compared to many other galaxies. Not exceptionally large, not exceptionally small. And there is something quietly beautiful about that. Human beings often search for uniqueness, but the universe repeatedly reveals the elegance of ordinary structures repeated across vast scales. Fact number 48. Some of the light reaching Earth tonight began traveling before human civilization existed. When you look upward, you are participating in delayed communication across time. Astronomy is partly the study of ancient light. Fact number 49. The galaxy emits sound-like vibrations through plasma and electromagnetic activity. Though not sound in the ordinary sense, space itself is mostly silent, yet patterns and frequencies still ripple through it continuously. Fact number 50. The Milky Way will someday change shape completely after merging with Andromeda. Future skies, billions of years from now, may look entirely different. Galaxies are temporary arrangements. Even structures this enormous do not remain fixed forever, and gradually the facts begin blending together into a larger perspective. A galaxy is not merely a collection of stars. It is motion, gravity, time, transformation. And perhaps one reason astronomy relaxes the human mind is because it shifts attention away from immediate concerns towards slower and larger patterns. The Milky Way moves patiently. Nothing inside it happens quickly. Even catastrophic events unfold across timescales too vast for panic. Fact number 51. The dust between stars helps create planets. Without cosmic dust, Earth itself may never have formed. Tiny particles drifting through darkness eventually became mountains, oceans, and living beings. Fact number 52. Some planets in the Milky Way may orbit dead stars, cold worlds circling white dwarfs or neutron stars under dim, unfamiliar skies. Fact number 53. The galaxy contains clusters where thousands of stars form together from the same cloud. These stellar siblings travel through space as families bound by shared origin. Fact number 54. Gravity shapes nearly everything inside the Milky Way. It organizes stars, controls orbits, forms galaxies, bends light, and influences time itself, an invisible architecture guiding cosmic structure. Fact number 55. Some stars visible in the night sky may already be gone. Their light simply continues traveling toward Earth long after their destruction. The universe often shows us the past, disguised as the present. Fact number 56. Astronomers use Cepheid variable stars as cosmic measuring tools. Because their brightness changes in predictable ways, the Milky Way became easier to map once humans discovered those patterns. Knowledge often begins with noticing repetition. Fact number 57. The outer regions of the galaxy contain fewer heavy elements than regions closer to the center. Different parts of the Milky Way contain different chemical histories, like neighborhoods shaped by separate generations of stars. Fact number 58. Our solar system gently moves up and down through the galactic plane over millions of years. Even while orbiting the center, the Sun also drifts vertically like a slow wave. Fact number 59. The Milky Way may contain more than 1 trillion comets, frozen objects wandering silently at the edges of stellar systems. Fact number 60. No human being will ever physically explore most of the galaxy. The distances are simply too immense, and yet the mind can still travel there through observation and imagination. Perhaps that is one of humanity's quiet strengths. We are small creatures, capable of thinking beyond our scale. Fact number 61. Some stars are surrounded by enormous disks of gas and dust where planets are still forming. Astronomers can observe the early stages of solar systems emerging from chaos. Fact number 62. The galactic center is obscured by thick dust clouds in visible light. For centuries, humans could not see what was hidden there. Only modern instruments slowly uncovered the truth. Fact number 63. Brown dwarfs exist between planets and stars, too massive to be planets, too small to sustain ordinary fusion like stars. The Milky Way contains objects that blur categories humans once considered simple. Fact number 64. There are likely billions of Earth-sized planets in the galaxy, not necessarily Earth-like in every detail, but similar in size and composition. The possibility alone changes how humanity views itself. Fact number 65. The Milky Way produces new stars more slowly now than in its earlier history. Galaxies also age. There was a younger, more active Milky Way long before Earth existed. Fact number 66. Some globular clusters orbiting the galaxy contain stars packed extremely close together. The night sky there would appear crowded almost beyond comprehension. Fact number 67. Interstellar space contains organic molecules, including some linked to the chemistry of life. The building blocks of biology may be widespread throughout the galaxy. Fact number 68. Astronomers detect planets around distant stars mainly by observing tiny changes in light. Entire worlds discovered through subtle shadows and delicate measurements. Fact number 69. The Milky Way's diameter is so large that human language struggles to describe it emotionally. Numbers alone rarely feel real at cosmic scale. Sometimes silence communicates size better than mathematics. Fact number 70. One day, the stars visible from Earth will gradually change due to stellar motion. Constellations are temporary. The familiar night sky is slowly rearranging itself. Fact number 71. Some regions near the galactic center experience intense radiation that would make complex life difficult. Other quieter regions, like our own, may provide more stable conditions. The location of Earth inside the Milky Way may not be accidental. Fact number 72. Astronomers sometimes refer to heavy elements as metals, even when discussing oxygen or carbon. In astronomy, words often gain different meanings depending on scale and context. Fact number 73. The Milky Way likely contains civilizations that rose and disappeared long before humans existed, or perhaps none at all. The silence of the galaxy remains one of science's deepest mysteries. Fact number 74. Light pollution now hides the Milky Way from many people on Earth. Entire generations grow up rarely seeing the galaxy they live inside. A strange form of cosmic disconnection. Fact number 75. Some ancient cultures navigated using the Milky Way as a guide across deserts and oceans. The galaxy once served as both myth and map. Fact number 76. Astronomers believe the Milky Way continues growing by absorbing smaller satellite galaxies. Even now, gravity slowly pulls neighboring structures inward. Fact number 77. The Sun itself is only a medium-sized star, not especially rare, not especially powerful, and yet around this ordinary star, consciousness appeared. Fact number 78. Some exoplanets in the galaxy may experience sunsets under multiple suns at once. Others may have permanent daylight or permanent darkness. The Milky Way contains environments beyond ordinary human experience. Fact number 79. Black holes do not actively pull everything inward like giant cosmic vacuum cleaners. Gravity only becomes extreme when objects move very close. Popular imagination often exaggerates them. Reality is quieter and stranger. Fact number 80. The galaxy contains streams of stars left behind by disrupted clusters and absorbed galaxies, long trails stretching across space like ancient footprints. Fact number 81. Astronomers use infrared telescopes to see through cosmic dust. Different wavelengths reveal different versions of reality. The universe changes depending on how you observe it. Fact number 82. Some stars in the Milky Way rotate incredibly fast. Others spin slowly. No two stars are exactly identical. Fact number 83. The Milky Way is surrounded by dwarf galaxies, orbiting it like smaller companions. Galaxies themselves can have satellites. Structure repeats at many scales. Fact number 84. The vacuum of space is not truly empty. Even the darkest regions contain particles, radiation, fields, and drifting atoms. Emptiness in astronomy is often only relative. Fact number 85. The future night sky of Earth may eventually become brighter during the Andromeda merger. Gigantic streams of stars could stretch across the heavens, a completely transformed cosmic landscape. Fact number 86. Some scientists believe life may survive longer around red dwarf stars because those stars live so long. Future civilizations, if they exist, may orbit faint reddish suns trillions of years from now. Fact number 87. The Milky Way probably contains more moons than planets. Some worlds may have dozens, others none at all. Fact number 88. Astronomy repeatedly humbles human assumptions. Again and again, the universe turns out larger, older, stranger, and more complex than expected. Fact number 89. The galaxy is constantly bathed in faint background radiation left from ancient cosmic events. Even empty space carries memory. Fact number 90. Every human who has ever lived existed within a tiny region of one spiral arm of one galaxy among billions of galaxies, and still, human thoughts manage to reach outward far enough to understand that fact. Fact number 91. The Milky Way will likely survive for trillions of years in some form, far beyond the lifespan of Earth, far beyond the Sun itself. Galactic timescales make human history feel astonishingly brief. Fact number 92. Stars nearer the center of the galaxy complete orbits faster than our Sun. Some move through their galactic years much more quickly. Fact number 93. There may be planets in the Milky Way covered entirely by oceans, or ice, or endless deserts beneath unfamiliar skies. Fact number 94. The galaxy contains beauty that no human eyes will ever directly witness. Hidden nebulae, dark planets, silent stars beyond observation. Existence does not depend on being seen. Fact number 95. Astronomers continue discovering new structures within the Milky Way even now. Our map of the galaxy remains incomplete. Human understanding is still expanding. Fact number 96. The atoms inside your brain were shaped by cosmic history stretching back billions of years. When the galaxy studies itself through human consciousness, it uses material forged in stars. Fact number 97. Some scientists believe intelligent civilizations may avoid detection intentionally. Others think the distances between stars are simply too difficult to overcome. The silence remains unresolved. Fact number 98. If the Milky Way disappeared instantly, the night sky of Earth would become almost unimaginably empty. The galaxy provides the entire cosmic environment surrounding our lives. Fact number 99. One day the sun will fade, Earth will change, and humanity itself may vanish. But many stars of the Milky Way will continue shining quietly through darkness. The galaxy does not rush, it endures. And fact number 100. Right now, while you rest here on a small planet orbiting an ordinary star, the Milky Way continues its slow rotation through space exactly as it has for billions of years. Silent, immense, patient, a vast structure of stars carrying ancient light across unimaginable distances. And perhaps there is something calming in realizing that the universe does not demand urgency from everything inside it. Galaxies turn slowly, stars form slowly, even light requires time. The Milky Way has always moved with extraordinary patience, and tonight, for a little while, your thoughts can move that way too. And as the mind settles deeper into the scale of the galaxy, another strange realization begins to appear. The Milky Way is not only large in distance, it is large in time. Every region of the galaxy represents a different chapter of cosmic history unfolding simultaneously. Some stars are ancient and fading. Others are only beginning. Some planetary systems may already contain civilizations older than human language. Others may still exist only as cold clouds waiting for gravity to gather them together. The galaxy is not a frozen photograph. It is a layered process unfolding across billions of years all at once. Fact number 101. The stars above you are not evenly distributed. Certain regions of the Milky Way are crowded with stellar populations, while other regions remain comparatively sparse. The galaxy resembles a living ecosystem more than a mechanical object. Dense regions pulse with activity. Quiet regions drift in long silence. Fact number 102. Astronomers believe many stars were born in clusters before slowly drifting apart over millions of years, which means the Sun itself likely had stellar siblings once, stars born from the same cloud, traveling together through the galaxy before gravity slowly separated them. Some of those sibling stars may still exist somewhere inside the Milky Way tonight, unrecognizable now, scattered across enormous distances. Fact number 103. The galactic disk of the Milky Way is surprisingly thin compared to its width. If the galaxy was scaled down to the size of a large dinner plate, the disk itself would be thinner than the plate's edge. Huge structures in the universe often become delicate when viewed proportionally. Fact number 104. There are likely planets in the galaxy where the night sky looks completely different from Earth's sky. On some worlds, thick atmospheres may hide the stars entirely. On others, nearby nebulae might glow brightly enough to cast faint shadows across the ground. Some planets may orbit in regions so crowded with stars that true darkness never arrives. Fact number 105. The Milky Way contains streams of hydrogen gas, stretching for thousands of light years. These rivers of material slowly circulate through the galaxy, feeding future star formation. Even galaxies possess forms of circulation and renewal. Fact number 106. Some stars produce planets made largely of carbon rather than silicate rock. Astronomers have even imagined theoretical worlds containing diamond-rich interiors under immense pressure. The universe rarely limits itself to familiar designs. Fact number 107. The spiral arms of the Milky Way rotate differently from the stars themselves. This creates long-term patterns similar to waves moving through water. The galaxy behaves less like a rigid wheel and more like a flowing structure of motion and density. Fact number 108. Interstellar dust grains are incredibly small. Many are thinner than cigarette smoke particles, and yet over millions of years, those tiny fragments help create planets large enough for oceans and mountains. Small things, given enough time, can reshape entire worlds. Fact number 109. The Milky Way emits energy across the entire electromagnetic spectrum: radio waves, infrared light, visible light, X-rays, gamma rays. Human eyes perceive only a narrow slice of reality. Most of the galaxy remains invisible without instruments. Fact number 110. Some exoplanets orbit so close to their stars that a single year lasts only a few Earth days. Others move so slowly that one orbit may take centuries. Time itself feels different depending on where you exist in the galaxy. Fact number 111. Astronomers sometimes describe the galaxy as cannibalistic because it absorbs smaller neighboring galaxies, but even that dramatic word hides a calmer reality. The process occurs slowly across billions of years. Stars drift, gravity pulls, structures merge. The universe almost never hurries. Fact number 112. There are stars in the Milky Way with temperatures cooler than fire on Earth. Others burn at temperatures tens of thousands of degrees hotter than the Sun. The galaxy contains enormous thermal extremes quietly existing side by side. Fact number 113. The oldest visible light in the Milky Way does not come from stars. It comes from the cosmic microwave background passing through the galaxy from the early universe itself. Ancient radiation still filling space in every direction, a faint memory of beginnings. Fact number 114. If you removed all the empty space between atoms inside your body, every human on Earth could fit into a volume smaller than a sugar cube. And yet the Milky Way itself is built mostly from emptiness too. Scale changes, but patterns repeat. Fact number 115. Some stars wobble slightly because invisible planets orbit them. Astronomers can detect entire planetary systems through these tiny gravitational shifts. Large discoveries often emerge from extremely subtle movements. Fact number 116. The Milky Way's central black hole is relatively quiet compared to the active black holes in some distant galaxies. There are galaxies whose centers blaze with such intense energy that they outshine billions of stars combined. Our galaxy, by comparison, seems calmer, more subdued. Fact number 117. A single photon of light can travel across the galaxy for thousands of years without striking anything. Space is extraordinarily empty, vast beyond ordinary emotional comprehension. Fact number 118. There may be planets in the Milky Way where intelligent life rose and vanished millions of years before Earth formed. Civilizations separated not only by distance, but by time. The galaxy may contain histories permanently unreachable. Fact number 119. Astronomers estimate that the Milky Way creates roughly one new star every year, a slow but continuous process. Even tonight, somewhere deep inside a cold molecular cloud, gravity may be shaping another future sun. Fact number 120. Some stars near the galactic center orbit Sagittarius A star at astonishing speeds. Scientists tracked these orbits carefully for decades to prove the black hole's existence. Patience is deeply connected to astronomy. Many discoveries require watching slow motions unfold over generations. Fact number 121. The Sun currently passes through a relatively calm interstellar region known as the local bubble, a cavity of hot, sparse gas likely formed by ancient supernovas long ago. Even the emptiness surrounding our solar system has a history. Fact number 122. The Milky Way's stars are not all the same age. Some formed recently. Others have burned quietly for more than 10 billion years. Looking at the galaxy is like looking at many different eras of time layered together. Fact number 123. There are planets that may never experience true daylight because they are tidally locked to their stars. One side faces permanent sunrise, the other endless night. Between them may exist narrow twilight regions where temperatures remain gentle enough for oceans to survive. Fact number 124. Astronomers often measure galactic distances using parallax, a method based on how nearby stars appear to shift slightly as Earth moves around the Sun. The human understanding of enormous distances began with tiny changes in perspective. Fact number 125. The Milky Way likely contains magnetic turbulence moving through interstellar gas like invisible weather, storms without clouds, currents without oceans, structures impossible for human senses to directly feel. Fact number 126. The stars forming the Milky Way's halo orbit differently from stars inside the galactic disk. Many move along elongated paths tilted at unusual angles. The galaxy contains overlapping populations with entirely different histories. Fact number 127. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres made partly of vaporized metal. On extremely hot worlds, iron may fall as rain. The Milky Way continues producing realities stranger than science fiction once imagined. Fact number 128. The farther astronomers study the galaxy, the more uncertainty appears. And uncertainty is not failure in science. It is often the beginning of deeper understanding. Fact number 129. The Milky Way is filled with faint background starlight, even in regions that appear completely dark. Absolute darkness barely exists in the universe. Light always travels somewhere. Fact number 130. And perhaps one of the calmest truths about the galaxy is this: almost everything inside it unfolds slowly. Stars take millions of years to form. Galaxies evolve across billions. Even light needs ages to cross the cosmic distances between one region and another. The Milky Way is vast enough that urgency becomes difficult to sustain inside it. And as your thoughts drift through these enormous scales tonight, the galaxy continues exactly as it always has, turning silently through darkness, carrying ancient stars across endless distances, patient beyond human measure. And somewhere inside that immense rotation, on a small world hidden within one quiet spiral arm, human beings continue looking upward, generation after generation, always asking the same ancient questions in slightly different forms. What is out there? How large is this galaxy? And why does the night sky sometimes make ordinary thoughts feel smaller and softer for a while? Perhaps the Milky Way changes the mind because it places human life inside a much larger rhythm, not to make existence meaningless, but to reveal that meaning does not require the universe to revolve around us. Fact number 131. The Milky Way contains regions where stars are born so densely that radiation and stellar winds push violently against surrounding gas clouds. These regions glow brightly in telescope images. But behind that beauty is constant pressure and motion. Creation in the galaxy is rarely quiet at the local level, even though the larger structure feels calm from a distance. Fact number 132. Some stars are orbited by planets that travel in highly elliptical paths. Their years may include long frozen winters followed by brief periods of intense heat, entire climates shaped by unusual orbital geometry. Fact number 133. The Sun itself oscillates gently as it travels around the galaxy, moving above and below the galactic plane over tens of millions of years. Even stable systems drift in subtle waves over time. Fact number 134. Astronomers can estimate the age of stars by studying their color, brightness, and chemical composition. In a sense, every star carries a visible record of its own history. Light becomes biography. Fact number 135. The Milky Way likely contains planets with rings larger and more dramatic than Saturn's, entire skies crossed by enormous bands of reflected light arching overhead, scenes no human eye has directly witnessed. Fact number 136. Some white dwarf stars are slowly cooling remnants of ancient suns, dense stellar cores radiating leftover heat into darkness for billions of years, a long fading rather than a sudden ending. Fact number 137. The galaxy contains invisible boundaries where stellar winds from neighboring stars collide, vast interstellar frontiers shaped by pressure and magnetic fields. Space is not truly still. It moves continuously in ways too subtle for ordinary senses. Fact number 138. Astronomers believe many planetary systems were disrupted early in their formation. Some planets may have been thrown outward into interstellar space by gravitational interactions long ago. The Milky Way may contain countless wandering worlds with no sunrise at all. Fact number 139. The stars visible to the naked eye represent only a tiny fraction of the galaxy's population. Human vision evolved for survival on Earth, not for comprehending cosmic scale. Without telescopes, most of the Milky Way remains hidden. Fact number 140. There are clouds inside the galaxy so large that it would take light years just to cross them. Clouds larger than entire stellar neighborhoods. The universe often builds enormous structures from thin gas and dust spread across immense distances. Fact number 141. Some exoplanets may experience powerful tidal forces from nearby stars or giant neighboring planets, entire surfaces slowly flexing and heating under gravitational stress. In the Milky Way, gravity shapes not only motion, but geology and climate as well. Fact number 142. The galaxy's oldest stars contain fewer heavy elements because they formed before generations of supernovas enriched space with complex material. In astronomy, chemistry becomes a timeline. Elements reveal age. Fact number 143. The Milky Way's spiral arms may appear permanent, but over cosmic timescales they evolve and shift. Galaxies are dynamic structures constantly reorganizing themselves. Even seemingly eternal patterns eventually change. Fact number 144. Some stars emit enormous flares capable of sterilizing nearby planets with radiation. Others remain remarkably stable for billions of years. Life, if it exists elsewhere, may depend heavily on the temperament of its star. Fact number 145. The center of the Milky Way is hidden behind dense dust when viewed in ordinary visible light. For most of human history, the true structure of our galaxy remained invisible to us. Human knowledge expanded only after learning to observe reality through new forms of light. Fact number 146. Astronomers use spectroscopy to determine what stars are made of. By separating starlight into patterns, they can identify elements across enormous distances. The chemistry of distant suns becomes readable through light alone. Fact number 147. Some stars in the Milky Way travel together in moving groups that slowly disperse over time. Cosmic associations gradually fading apart across millions of years. Even stars experience separation. Fact number 148. There may be moons in the galaxy with subsurface oceans hidden beneath thick ice. Dark internal seas warmed by gravitational energy rather than sunlight. Potential habitats completely isolated from open skies. Fact number 149. The Milky Way contains remnants of exploded stars expanding outward as glowing nebulae. Beautiful structures formed partly through destruction. Astronomy repeatedly blurs the line between endings and beginnings. Fact number 150. Every telescope humanity has ever built reveals that the universe is more detailed than expected. Never simpler, never smaller. Knowledge does not shrink mystery. It often deepens it, and perhaps that is why astronomy can feel emotionally different from ordinary information. Most subjects become narrower as you study them. The Milky Way becomes larger. The more carefully humans observe the galaxy, the more complexity appears. New stars, new planets, new structures, new questions. The edge of understanding keeps moving farther outward. Fact number 151. The galaxy's stars are separated by such immense distances that if the sun were the size of a grain of sand, the nearest comparable star would still be miles away. Even crowded regions of the universe contain extraordinary emptiness. Fact number 152. Some planets may orbit pulsars, the rapidly spinning remnants of exploded stars, worlds illuminated by pulses of radiation rather than steady sunlight. Environments almost impossible to imagine emotionally. Fact number 153. The Milky Way may contain ancient civilizations whose signals passed Earth millions of years ago before humanity existed to detect them. The timing of intelligence itself may matter as much as distance. Fact number 154. Astronomers often study ancient globular clusters because they preserve some of the oldest stars in the galaxy. These clusters orbit quietly in the galactic halo like survivors from an earlier cosmic era. Fact number 155. The Milky Way's dark dust lanes create many of the dramatic shapes visible in night sky photographs. Sometimes absence creates beauty as strongly as light does. Fact number 156. Our galaxy slowly converts gas into stars over billions of years, gradually using up its raw material. Even galaxies possess life cycles. Fact number 157. Some stars produce intense stellar winds flowing outward at millions of miles per hour, invisible streams moving continuously into interstellar space. Fact number 158. The galaxy's outer halo extends much farther than the visible spiral structure most people imagine. The Milky Way is larger than it appears in illustrations. Like many things in astronomy, its boundaries fade gradually, rather than ending sharply. Fact number 159. There are likely planets in the Milky Way where no intelligent life ever emerged, despite stable conditions lasting billions of years. Potential alone does not guarantee outcome. Fact number 160. Human beings discovered the structure of the Milky Way while living inside it. That may be one of the most remarkable intellectual achievements in history. A species confined to one small planet managed to infer the shape of the enormous galaxy surrounding it. Fact number 161. Some stars orbit the galaxy in reverse directions compared to most others. Evidence of past galactic mergers still visible in stellar motion today. History leaves traces even at cosmic scale. Fact number 162. The Milky Way contains clouds of ionized gas glowing faintly under ultraviolet radiation from nearby stars, entire regions softly illuminated by invisible energy. Fact number 163. Astronomers continue searching for Earth-like planets in habitable zones around distant stars, not because they expect certainty, but because the galaxy is large enough that possibility itself becomes difficult to ignore. Fact number 164. The night sky humans evolved under was far darker than the skies of most modern cities. For ancient people, the Milky Way was not a faint detail. It dominated the heavens, a visible reminder that Earth existed inside something much larger. Fact number 165. And even now, while most people sleep beneath artificial lights and quiet buildings, the galaxy continues moving exactly as it always has. Stars drifting, nebulae expanding, black holes turning silently, clouds collapsing into future suns, a slow architecture of gravity and light unfolding across darkness without urgency. The Milky Way does not rush its processes, and perhaps there is something deeply calming in remembering that existence itself often moves far more slowly than human anxiety suggests. Tonight, above the Earth, the galaxy remains patient, immense, and endlessly unfinished. Fact number 166. Some stars in the Milky Way are so faint that they burn quietly for trillions of years without ever becoming bright enough to dominate their surroundings. The universe does not always favor intensity. Sometimes endurance matters more than brilliance. Fact number 167. Astronomers believe many stars form during periods of increased activity called starbursts, when huge regions of the galaxy suddenly produced stars at accelerated rates. Even galaxies experience eras of youth and energy before gradually becoming calmer over time. Fact number 168. The Milky Way's central bulge contains some of the oldest stars in the galaxy. Dense populations orbiting close to the galactic center like ancient witnesses to cosmic history. Those stars were already old, long before Earth formed. Fact number 169. Some exoplanets may have skies permanently covered in thick clouds of methane, ammonia, or mineral vapor. Entire atmospheres unlike anything familiar on Earth. The galaxy continually expands the boundaries of imagination. Fact number 170. Astronomers often locate hidden planets by measuring tiny dips in starlight as worlds pass in front of distant suns. A planet many light years away can reveal itself through only the faintest reduction in brightness. Enormous discoveries emerging from nearly invisible signals. Fact number 171. The Milky Way contains stellar graveyards where dead stars, neutron stars, and black holes drift through darkness after violent origins. But even those remnants contribute to future creation by recycling material back into space. In astronomy, nothing remains separate forever. Fact number 172. Some stars travel together in binary pairs so closely that they exchange matter between them, gas flowing from one star to another across space under the influence of gravity. The galaxy contains relationships between objects unfolding over millions of years. Fact number 173. The spiral structure of the Milky Way may eventually fade as star formation slows in the distant future. Billions of years from now, the galaxy could appear smoother and less defined. Even beauty evolves. Fact number 174. Certain regions of the galaxy produce enormous jets of radiation and particles from collapsing stars or active black holes, narrow beams extending across light years, energy focused into astonishingly precise structures. Fact number 175. The Milky Way likely contains planets where the nearest star beyond their sun appears dramatically brighter than stars do from Earth. Other worlds may exist beneath nearly empty skies with very few visible stars at all. The emotional experience of the night sky itself may vary throughout the galaxy. Fact number 176. Astronomers estimate that many stars host planetary systems more compact than our own. Some contain multiple planets orbiting closer to their star than Mercury orbits the Sun. Planetary architecture across the galaxy is remarkably diverse. Fact number 177. The interstellar medium, the thin gas and dust between stars, is constantly shaped by explosions, radiation, magnetic fields, and gravity. Even the spaces between objects remain active and dynamic. Stillness in the galaxy is often an illusion created by scale. Fact number 178. Some stars appear blue because they are extremely hot. Others glow orange or red because they are cooler. Color in astronomy often reflects temperature rather than emotion. The galaxy paints itself through physics. Fact number 179. There may be planets in the Milky Way where intelligent life developed underwater beneath thick layers of ice, never seeing the stars directly. Awareness could exist without knowledge of galaxies at all. Fact number 180. The Sun orbits the galactic center at such high speed that, during the few seconds it takes to hear this sentence, our solar system has already traveled dozens of miles through space, and yet human beings feel stationary because everything around us moves together. Motion becomes invisible when shared completely. Fact number 181. Astronomers sometimes describe the galaxy using sound converted from electromagnetic data. When translated into audible frequencies, space can produce haunting tones and deep vibrations. Not true sound traveling through air, but patterns transformed into something the human mind can perceive. Fact number 182. The Milky Way's halo may contain ancient stars captured from smaller galaxies long ago, objects originating elsewhere but now permanently woven into our galaxy's structure. The Milky Way is partly a collection of absorbed histories. Fact number 183. Some exoplanets likely rotate so slowly that a single day lasts longer than an entire Earth year. Time, weather, and climate would feel profoundly unfamiliar there. Fact number 184. The galaxy contains regions almost completely hidden from visible observation because dust blocks ordinary light. Human understanding expanded dramatically only after learning to observe the universe in radio, infrared, X-ray, and gamma-ray wavelengths. Reality changed when perception changed. Fact number 185. Certain stars pulsate with extraordinary precision, acting almost like natural clocks in space. Astronomers use these rhythmic signals to measure distances and detect gravitational effects across the galaxy. The Milky Way contains patterns hidden inside apparent chaos. Fact number 186. Some planets may have formed around stars richer in heavy elements than our Sun, potentially creating worlds with unusual mineral compositions and landscapes. Mountains, oceans, and skies throughout the galaxy may vary beyond anything familiar to human experience. Fact number 187. The farther scientists study the galaxy, the more they realize that planetary systems are common rather than rare. For most of human history, humanity wondered whether planets existed around other stars at all. Now it appears the galaxy may be filled with them. Fact number 188. The Milky Way's stars gradually migrate over time due to gravitational interactions. A star born in one region may eventually drift far from its birthplace. Even stars experience slow forms of wandering. Fact number 189. Some white dwarf stars crystallize internally as they cool, forming enormous structures of dense carbon and oxygen deep within their cores. Entire stars, slowly becoming cosmic crystal over billions of years. Fact number 190. The galaxy contains beauty that no living creature may ever witness directly. Remote nebulae hidden behind dust, dark planets without sunlight, lonely stars drifting beyond observation. And still they exist. The universe does not require an audience in order to be real. Fact number 191. Astronomers often work with light that began its journey before modern civilization existed. Some observations involve photons traveling through space since the time of ancient empires on Earth. Looking outward also becomes looking backward. Fact number 192. The Milky Way's future collision with Andromeda will likely trigger new waves of star formation as gas clouds compress together. Even galactic mergers can become acts of creation. Fact number 193. Some stars in dense clusters may pass relatively close to one another compared to the vast separations near our Sun. Planetary systems in those regions could experience gravitational disturbances far more often than ours does. The stability of Earth's environment may be partly a result of our relatively quiet galactic neighborhood. Fact number 194. The galaxy is filled with faint infrared glow, produced by dust warmed gently by starlight. Even cold regions radiate energy softly into space. Nothing remains completely dark. Fact number 195. Human beings often imagine the universe as cold and empty. Yet the Milky Way continuously creates stars, planets, chemistry, motion, and complexity. The galaxy is not lifeless stillness. It is ongoing transformation. Fact number 196. Some astronomers believe there may be free-floating oceans beneath the icy surfaces of rogue planets drifting between stars. Warmth generated internally rather than by sunlight. Life, if it exists, may survive in places once considered impossible. Fact number 197. The Milky Way is only one galaxy among hundreds of billions in the observable universe, and yet for human beings, it is home. Every story, memory, civilization, and dream in human history unfolded within this single rotating structure of stars. Fact number 198. The galaxy will continue existing long after every current human concern has disappeared. Empires fade, languages change, generations pass, but the spiral arms continue turning through darkness. Fact number 199. Astronomy often creates a quiet emotional paradox. The larger the universe appears, the more peaceful small moments on Earth can sometimes feel. A room at night, a window, a distant sky. Simple things become gentler against cosmic scale. And fact number 200. At this very moment, while Earth turns slowly beneath the night, the Milky Way continues carrying billions of stars through silent space, exactly as it has for billions of years. Patient beyond imagination, ancient beyond memory. A galaxy so vast that even human thought can only move through it slowly, one quiet fact at a time. Fact number 201. The Milky Way does not have a sharp boundary where it suddenly ends. Instead, its influence fades gradually into intergalactic space. Stars become fewer, gas becomes thinner, distances grow more extreme, and at some point, the galaxy simply dissolves into the wider universe without a clear edge. Fact number 202. Some stars in the galaxy are surrounded by debris disks made of rock, ice, and dust left over from planet formation. These disks are like silent construction zones, still shaping future worlds long after the star itself has stabilized. Fact number 203. The light you see from distant stars is always a message from the past. A star 50,000 light-years away is not seen as it is now, but as it was 50,000 years ago. Astronomy is always time travel without movement. Fact number 204. The Milky Way's rotation is not uniform. Stars closer to the center orbit faster than those farther out. This differential motion slowly twists and stretches the galaxy's spiral arms over time. Fact number 205. Some regions of the galaxy contain almost no star formation at all. These are quiet zones where gas has been depleted or dispersed. Even within a galaxy full of activity, stillness can exist. Fact number 206. Astronomers have detected complex organic molecules in interstellar clouds. These molecules are not alive, but they are chemically related to the building blocks of life. The ingredients for biology are widespread throughout the Milky Way. Fact number 207. Certain stars are known as magnetars. They possess magnetic fields trillions of times stronger than Earth's. If one passed near our solar system, it could distort matter at a fundamental level. Extreme physics exists quietly within the galaxy. Fact number 208. The Milky Way's disk is embedded within a larger halo of dark matter that cannot be seen directly. Its presence is inferred only through gravity. Most of the galaxy's mass is invisible. Fact number 209. Some planets may have atmospheres thick enough to hide all surface features from space. Others may have no atmosphere at all, exposing bare rock to cosmic radiation. Planetary diversity across the galaxy is extreme. Fact number 210. The Sun is currently moving through a relatively stable region of space with low stellar density. This may reduce the frequency of nearby supernova events affecting Earth. Location within the galaxy can influence long-term planetary stability. Fact number 211. The Milky Way's stars are constantly in motion relative to one another. Over millions of years, familiar constellations gradually distort and lose their recognizable shapes. The night sky is not permanent. It is slowly evolving. Fact number 212. Some exoplanets are so close to their stars that tidal locking causes one side to permanently face the star while the other remains in darkness. Between these extremes, narrow zones may allow for stable conditions. Life, if it exists there, would experience a very different kind of world. Fact number 213. The galaxy contains remnants of ancient collisions with smaller galaxies. These remnants appear as streams of stars moving in coordinated paths. The Milky Way carries its past within its structure. Fact number 214. Astronomers use gravitational lensing to observe distant objects behind massive structures. Light bends around gravity, revealing objects otherwise hidden. Even space itself can act as a lens. Fact number 215. Some stars in the galaxy are moving so rapidly that they are no longer bound by the Milky Way's gravity. They are leaving the galaxy entirely, drifting into intergalactic space. Escape is possible even on cosmic scales. Fact number 216. The Milky Way likely contains regions where star formation will continue for billions of years into the future. Even as some areas grow quiet, others remain active. The galaxy ages unevenly. Fact number 217. Interstellar dust absorbs and scatters visible light, which is why some regions of the galaxy appear dark, even though they contain many stars behind them. Absence of light does not always mean absence of structure. Fact number 218. The galactic center contains a dense cluster of stars orbiting the central black hole in highly energetic paths. These stars move in tightly bound trajectories influenced by extreme gravity. Fact number 219. Some planets may have magnetic fields far stronger than Earth's, capable of shaping their atmospheres and protecting them from stellar radiation. Magnetism becomes a key factor in planetary survival. Fact number 220. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not rigid structures but density waves where stars pass through regions of higher concentration. Stars do not remain fixed in the arms. They move through them like ships passing through ocean currents. Fact number 221. The Sun is currently about halfway through its life cycle. It will continue burning for billions of years before slowly expanding into a red giant in the distant future. Even stars have lifespans measured in incomprehensible time. Fact number 222. Some stars are so massive that they end their lives in violent supernova explosions, briefly outshining entire galaxies. These events distribute heavy elements into space, enabling future planetary systems to form. Destruction and creation are linked processes in the galaxy. Fact number 223. The Milky Way contains vast regions of near-perfect vacuum, where particle density is extremely low. These areas are not completely empty, but they approach emptiness more closely than anything on Earth. Fact number 224. Certain stars are part of triple or even quadruple systems, where multiple stars orbit a shared center of gravity. Planetary systems in such environments may experience complex and shifting gravitational conditions. Fact number 225. Astronomers estimate that the galaxy contains billions of potentially habitable zones where liquid water could exist under suitable conditions. Habitability is not rare in principle, but whether it leads to life remains unknown. Fact number 226. The Milky Way is slowly being shaped by gravitational interactions with nearby galaxies in the local group. Even at enormous distances, galaxies influence one another over time. Fact number 227. Some regions of the galaxy are rich in high-energy radiation that can strip atmospheres from planets over long periods. Other regions remain relatively calm, allowing atmospheres to persist for billions of years. Fact number 228. The galaxy's mass is dominated not by visible matter, but by dark matter, whose nature remains unknown. Most of what holds the Milky Way together cannot be directly observed. Fact number 229. Stars are not evenly spaced throughout the galaxy. Some regions are densely packed, others are almost empty. The distribution of stars creates a complex and uneven structure. Fact number 230. Light from the most distant parts of the Milky Way can take tens of thousands of years to reach Earth. What is observed is always delayed by distance. The galaxy is experienced through layers of time. Fact number 231. Some planets may have atmospheres rich in exotic chemicals that produce skies of unfamiliar colors. Blue may not always mean daylight. Red may not always mean sunset. Color depends entirely on composition and light interaction. Fact number 232. The Milky Way's structure is influenced by both visible matter and invisible forces. Gravity shapes everything, but not everything that generates gravity can be seen. Fact number 233. Astronomers continue discovering new stars even within relatively nearby regions of the galaxy. The Milky Way is still not fully mapped. Human knowledge remains incomplete even in its own cosmic neighborhood. Fact number 234. Some stars emit steady streams of particles known as stellar winds, slowly losing mass over time. Stars are not perfectly stable objects. They evolve continuously across their lifetimes. Fact number 235. The galaxy contains enormous voids where galaxies are almost entirely absent on larger scales. Even in a universe filled with structure, emptiness plays a major role in shaping distribution. Fact number 236. The Milky Way's future will be shaped by slow gravitational evolution over billions of years. Long after Earth is gone, the galaxy will continue rearranging itself in subtle ways. Fact number 237. Some planetary systems may have been ejected from their original galaxies entirely during gravitational interactions. These systems drift through intergalactic space, isolated from any nearby stars. Fact number 238. The Sun's orbit around the galaxy is not a perfect circle. It is slightly elliptical, influenced by the overall mass distribution of the Milky Way. Fact number 239. The galaxy emits faint radio signals produced by natural astrophysical processes. These signals travel across space and can be detected with specialized instruments. Fact number 240. And as these facts accumulate, something subtle becomes clear. The Milky Way is not a static backdrop to human life. It is an active, evolving system that quietly shapes everything within it over immense timescales. Stars form, stars die, planets emerge, space shifts, and through it all, motion continues without pause or urgency. There is no single moment when the galaxy becomes something different. It is always in transition, always becoming, and always, in its own way, remaining patient. Even now, as these words reach their final continuation, the Milky Way carries on exactly as it has for billions of years, turning slowly through darkness, holding countless worlds within its spiral arms, and moving forward not in haste, but in quiet, continuous time. Fact number 241. The Milky Way is surrounded by a faint extended halo of gas that stretches far beyond the visible disk. This halo is so diffuse that it is difficult to detect directly, yet it plays a role in how the galaxy interacts with its environment. Even what appears to be empty space around the galaxy is still part of its structure. Fact number 242. Some stars in the galaxy are classified as variable stars because their brightness changes over time. These changes can occur in predictable cycles or irregular patterns, revealing internal processes that are otherwise invisible. Light becomes a way of listening to a star's internal rhythm. Fact number 243. The Sun is not located in a particularly special region of the Milky Way. It is not near the center, not near the edge, and not in a highly active star-forming zone. This relatively quiet position may contribute to long-term stability for life on Earth. Fact number 244. Some exoplanets are likely larger than Earth, but composed mostly of water or ice. These water worlds may contain deep global oceans with no land at all, entire planets shaped by fluid environments. Fact number 245. The Milky Way rotates in such a way that stars closer to the center complete orbits more quickly than those farther out. This difference in rotational speed creates long-term spiral patterns. The galaxy is constantly reshaping itself through motion. Fact number 246. Certain regions of the galaxy are rich in heavy elements such as iron, silicon, and carbon, produced by generations of supernova explosions. Other regions contain fewer heavy elements and reflect earlier stages of galactic evolution. The chemical composition of space tells a story of time. Fact number 247. Some stars exist in extremely tight binary systems, where their outer layers can transfer material back and forth. These interactions can dramatically change the evolution of both stars over time. Fact number 248. The Milky Way contains star clusters that remain gravitationally bound for billions of years. These clusters act as long-lived stellar families traveling together through space. Fact number 249. Dark nebulae within the galaxy appear as silhouettes against brighter star fields. They are not empty voids, but dense clouds blocking light from objects behind them. Absence of light can be a form of structure. Fact number 250. The galaxy's center emits strong radio waves produced by energetic processes near the supermassive black hole. These emissions allow astronomers to study regions that are otherwise hidden by dust. Even the most obscured regions still communicate through non-visible signals. Fact number 251. Some stars in the Milky Way are surrounded by expanding shells of gas from earlier stages of their evolution. These shells slowly drift outward into space, enriching the interstellar medium. Stellar life leaves behind material that becomes future structure. Fact number 252. The Milky Way's gravitational field extends far beyond its visible boundaries, influencing nearby dwarf galaxies. These smaller galaxies orbit the Milky Way in complex trajectories shaped by gravity. Fact number 253. Astronomers estimate that many planetary systems may have formed in environments very different from our own solar system. Some systems contain large gas giants close to their stars, while others are spread out in wide orbital configurations. Planetary architecture is not uniform across the galaxy. Fact number 254. The galaxy contains regions where radiation levels are so high that molecular chemistry behaves differently than on Earth. These environments produce exotic physical conditions that challenge conventional models of habitability. Fact number 255. Some stars are so old that they formed shortly after the galaxy itself began to take shape. These ancient stars act as records of the early Milky Way. They preserve information about conditions long before Earth existed. Fact number 256. The Milky Way is constantly exchanging material with intergalactic space. Gas flows in and out over billions of years, influenced by gravity and energetic processes. The galaxy is not isolated, but part of a larger cosmic environment. Fact number 257. Certain exoplanets may have extremely short orbital periods, completing a full revolution around their star in just a few hours. These planets experience extreme tidal forces and intense radiation exposure. Fact number 258. The Milky Way contains regions where dust is so thick that visible light cannot penetrate at all. These areas require infrared or radio observations to reveal their structure. Different wavelengths uncover different layers of reality. Fact number 259. Some stars in the galaxy are part of moving streams created by past galactic mergers. These streams preserve the motion of long-absorbed galaxies. The Milky Way carries traces of its history in the paths of its stars. Fact number 260. The Sun's motion around the galaxy is not perfectly smooth. It is influenced by gravitational interactions with nearby stars, gas clouds, and the overall mass distribution of the Milky Way. Motion at cosmic scale is complex and continuously adjusted. Fact number 261. There may be planets in the galaxy with atmospheres rich in unusual compounds that create unfamiliar weather patterns. Storms could involve materials and processes entirely unknown on Earth. Fact number 262. The Milky Way contains vast regions of ionized gas that glow faintly under ultraviolet radiation from nearby stars. These glowing regions trace the structure of stellar activity across the galaxy. Fact number 263. Some stars are so massive that they will end their lives as black holes, collapsing under their own gravity after exhausting their fuel. Their final moments release enormous amounts of energy into space. Fact number 264. The galaxy's structure is influenced by both rotation and gravitational interactions with nearby galaxies. Over time, These influences subtly reshape its spiral arms and overall form. Fact number 265. Interstellar space is filled with low-density plasma, a state of matter where charged particles move freely. This plasma interacts with magnetic fields, creating large-scale structures throughout the galaxy. Fact number 266. The Milky Way contains regions where star formation is currently very active, producing bright nebulae visible even across vast distances. These regions represent ongoing creation within the galaxy. Fact number 267. Some exoplanets may orbit stars in highly eccentric paths, causing extreme variations in temperature throughout their orbital cycles. Seasonal changes on such worlds would be far more intense than on Earth. Fact number 268. The galaxy's outer regions contain older, less chemically enriched stars compared to the inner regions. This gradient reflects the long-term evolution of the Milky Way's structure. Fact number 269. Astronomers continue discovering faint, low-mass stars that were previously undetectable. The galaxy contains more stars than early estimates suggested. Fact number 270. The Milky Way is constantly shaped by gravity, radiation, motion, and time. These forces interact continuously, producing a system that is both stable and dynamic. Nothing inside the galaxy remains completely static. Fact number 271. Some planets may have surfaces permanently covered in ice, despite being relatively close to their stars, due to atmospheric composition and heat distribution. Environmental conditions in the galaxy vary widely. Fact number 272. The galaxy's rotation helps maintain its spiral structure, but this structure is not permanent. Over long timescales, spiral arms can shift, weaken, or reorganize. Fact number 273. The Milky Way contains large-scale magnetic fields that extend across interstellar space. These fields influence charged particles and contribute to the structure of the interstellar medium. Fact number 274. Some stars move through the galaxy in highly inclined orbits, passing above and below the galactic plane. Their trajectories differ significantly from most disk stars. Fact number 275. The Sun will continue its orbit around the galaxy for billions of years, long after current human civilization has changed in ways that are impossible to predict. The galactic environment outlasts individual histories. Fact number 276. There may be planets in the Milky Way where the sky contains no visible stars due to thick atmospheric conditions or interstellar dust. On such worlds, the concept of a visible galaxy might not exist. Fact number 277. The Milky Way is part of a gravitational system that includes nearby galaxies, forming a loosely connected cosmic neighborhood. Even at large scales, structures are interconnected. Fact number 278. Some stars emit periodic bursts of energy. Due to internal magnetic activity, these bursts can temporarily increase their brightness by large factors. Fact number 279. The galaxy contains regions where gas density is so low that atoms may travel for vast distances without interacting. These near-empty environments represent some of the most extreme conditions in nature. Fact number 280. And as these facts continue to unfold, a quiet pattern emerges. The Milky Way is not simply a backdrop to existence. It is an ongoing system of motion, transformation, and gradual change. Stars are born, evolve, and fade. Planets form and drift through time. Structures grow and dissolve across unimaginable durations. And throughout it all, the galaxy remains in motion, not rushing, not pausing, simply continuing. And as you remain with these thoughts, the Milky Way continues its slow rotation through space, carrying billions of stars through darkness that stretches far beyond ordinary perception. Fact number 281. The Milky Way's structure is not perfectly symmetrical. One side of the galaxy contains slightly more visible star-forming regions than the other, a reminder that cosmic systems often develop asymmetries over time rather than perfect balance. Fact number 282. Some stars in the galaxy are surrounded by planetary systems still in the early stages of formation, where dust and gas slowly coalesce into larger bodies. These regions show that planet formation is not a single event, but a prolonged process unfolding over millions of years. Fact number 283. The galaxy contains vast regions of ionized hydrogen, known as H2 regions. These glowing clouds are energized by nearby young hot stars and often mark active sites of stellar birth. Fact number 284. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not fixed locations where stars remain permanently. Instead, stars pass through them over time, briefly joining regions of higher density before moving onward. The arms are patterns of movement, not static structures. Fact number 285. Some exoplanets may orbit within binary star systems where two suns dominate the sky. From such worlds, daylight could vary in intensity depending on the relative positions of both stars. Fact number 286. The galaxy contains stars with unusually high speeds relative to their surroundings, sometimes called runaway stars. These objects may have been ejected from stellar clusters or binary systems through gravitational interactions. Fact number 287. The Milky Way's halo includes globular clusters that contain some of the oldest known stars in the universe. These clusters orbit the galaxy at great distances, preserving early cosmic history. Fact number 288. Interstellar dust grains are often composed of silicates, carbon compounds, and ice. Though extremely small, these particles play a crucial role in forming planets and complex molecules. Fact number 289. The sun's motion through the galaxy occasionally brings it through regions of slightly higher or lower interstellar density. These variations occur over millions of years and may subtly influence the solar environment. Fact number 290. Some stars in the Milky Way exhibit irregular brightness changes caused by complex internal processes that are still not fully understood. Even well-studied stars can behave unpredictably. Fact number 291. The galaxy contains enormous molecular clouds that can span hundreds of light years. Within these clouds, gravity slowly gathers material until new stars begin to form. Fact number 292. Certain regions of the Milky Way are rich in supernova remnants, the expanding shells of gas left behind by exploded stars. These remnants continue to influence surrounding space long after the original explosion. Fact number 293. Some planets may have surface temperatures stabilized by thick atmospheres, allowing relatively uniform climates across large regions. Atmospheric composition plays a major role in planetary habitability. Fact number 294. The Milky Way's central region contains a dense population of stars packed far closer together than those in the solar neighborhood. From a planet in that region, the night sky would appear significantly brighter and more crowded. Fact number 295. Astronomers use different wavelengths of light to study different aspects of the galaxy. Infrared reveals dust-enshrouded regions, while X-rays reveal high-energy phenomena such as black holes and neutron stars. Fact number 296. Some stars in the galaxy are part of open clusters that slowly disperse over time due to gravitational interactions. These clusters eventually dissolve, spreading their stars across the galactic disk. Fact number 297. The Milky Way likely contains planets with extreme axial tilts, resulting in unusual seasonal cycles. Climate patterns on such worlds would differ significantly from those on Earth. Fact number 298. The galaxy's interstellar medium is not uniform, but contains regions of varying temperature, density, and composition. This variability influences how stars and planets form across different regions. Fact number 299. Some stars emit strong stellar winds that carve out cavities in surrounding gas and dust. These cavities can shape the structure of nearby interstellar clouds. Fact number 300. The Milky Way's mass is distributed in a way that cannot be explained by visible matter alone. This discrepancy is one of the main pieces of evidence for the existence of dark matter. Fact number 301. The Sun's orbit around the galaxy takes roughly 200 million years to complete. This means Earth has completed only a small number of galactic orbits since its formation. Fact number 302. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres that experience constant storms due to rapid temperature differences between between day and night sides. These conditions would create extremely dynamic weather systems. Fact number 303. The Milky Way contains regions where star formation has nearly ceased, often due to a lack of available gas. These areas represent quieter phases in the galaxy's evolution. Fact number 304. Certain stars in the galaxy are surrounded by exoplanetary systems with highly inclined orbits, creating unusual spatial configurations. Planetary systems are not always flat or orderly. Fact number 305. The galaxy's spiral structure may be influenced by density waves that propagate through the disk over time. These waves compress gas and trigger star formation as they move. Fact number 306. Some stars in the Milky Way are extremely metal-poor, indicating they formed early in the galaxy's history before heavier elements became abundant. These stars provide insight into the early universe. Fact number 307. The interstellar medium contains both hot, diffuse gas and cold, dense clouds. These contrasting environments coexist within the same galaxy. Fact number 308. The Milky Way's gravitational influence extends far beyond its visible disk, affecting nearby dwarf galaxies and satellite systems. Its reach is far larger than what can be seen in optical images. Fact number 309. Some exoplanets may orbit in highly elliptical paths that bring them close to their star for short periods, and then far away for extended periods. These orbital dynamics create extreme environmental variation. Fact number 310. The galaxy contains remnants of ancient stellar populations that no longer actively form stars. These populations represent early stages of galactic development. Fact number 311. The Milky Way emits low-level radio noise generated by natural astrophysical processes. This background emission is constantly present across space. Fact number 312. Some stars in the galaxy are part of hierarchical systems where multiple levels of orbits exist simultaneously. These systems can include stars orbiting stars, which in turn orbit other stars. Fact number 313. The galaxy's structure has been shaped over billions of years by both internal processes and external gravitational interactions. Its current form is the result of continuous evolution. Fact number 314. Certain regions of the Milky Way are heavily obscured by dust, making them difficult to study in visible light. Modern astronomy relies on multiple observational techniques to explore these hidden regions. Fact number 315. Some planets may have atmospheres dominated by gases that are toxic or unbreathable by human standards. Planetary environments in the galaxy are highly diverse. Fact number 316. The Milky Way contains regions where magnetic fields are strong enough to influence the motion of charged particles over vast distances. These fields contribute to the galaxy's large-scale structure. Fact number 317. Some stars undergo periodic expansion and contraction cycles, altering their brightness over time. These pulsations provide valuable information about stellar interiors. Fact number 318. The galaxy's spiral arms are not evenly spaced but vary in thickness and density. This irregularity reflects the complex dynamics of galactic evolution. Fact number 319. Some exoplanets may orbit within star systems that are still in the process of stabilizing after formation. These young systems may experience frequent gravitational disturbances. Fact number 320. And as these facts continue to accumulate, the Milky Way begins to feel less like a distant object and more like a continuous process unfolding through time. A system of motion, a structure of change, a galaxy where nothing is truly static, yet nothing moves quickly enough to feel rushed. Stars are born slowly. Stars evolve slowly. Even galaxies themselves change over billions of years. And in that immense patience, there is a kind of quiet consistency. The Milky Way does not demand attention. It simply exists, turning gently through darkness, carrying countless worlds along its spiral arms. And as you remain with these thoughts, the galaxy continues its silent motion, unchanged by observation and uninterrupted by time. Fact number 302,001. The Milky Way is continuously influenced by supernova explosions that send shockwaves through interstellar space. These shockwaves compress nearby gas clouds, sometimes triggering the formation of entirely new stars. Even destruction becomes part of creation on a galactic scale. Fact number 322. Some regions of the galaxy contain extremely low-density gas where atoms are separated by vast distances. In these regions, collisions between particles are so rare that physical interactions occur only over extremely long timescales. Fact number 323. The Sun moves through the Milky Way along with its entire solar system, including planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. This means Earth is constantly traveling through interstellar space even when it feels still. Fact number 324. The galaxy's rotation curve does not match predictions based only on visible matter. This discrepancy suggests that an unseen mass, known as dark matter, dominates the Milky Way's structure. Fact number 325. Some exoplanets may exist in systems where multiple gravitational influences create unstable or chaotic orbits. Over time, such planets may experience significant orbital changes or even ejection from their systems. Fact number 326. The Milky Way contains stars that are part of extremely old stellar populations formed shortly after the galaxy itself began assembling. These stars act as living records of early galactic conditions. Fact number 327. Certain nebulae within the galaxy glow due to ultraviolet radiation emitted by nearby hot stars. These glowing clouds often mark regions where star formation is actively occurring. Fact number 328. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not permanent structures but dynamic patterns shaped by gravitational interactions and density waves. Stars pass through these arms rather than remaining fixed within them. Fact number 329. Some planets may have extremely thin atmospheres that barely retain heat, resulting in extreme temperature differences between day and night sides. Atmospheric density plays a critical role in planetary climate stability. Fact number 330. The galaxy contains regions where interstellar dust is so dense that it blocks nearly all visible light from passing through. These dark regions are studied using infrared and radio observations. Fact number 331. Some stars are part of long-lived binary systems where both stars influence each other's evolution over billions of years. These interactions can significantly alter their lifespans and behavior. Fact number 332. The Milky Way's halo contains streams of stars that originated from smaller galaxies absorbed in the distant past. These streams preserve the history of galactic mergers. Fact number 333. Certain exoplanets may orbit within systems containing multiple gas giants, creating complex gravitational environments. Planetary stability in such systems depends on precise orbital configurations. Fact number 334. The galaxy emits a faint background glow produced by the combined light of countless distant stars. This diffuse light contributes to the overall brightness of the night sky in deep space. Fact number 335. Some stars in the Milky Way are classified as red dwarfs, which burn fuel extremely slowly and can remain stable for trillions of years. These stars represent the longest-lived stellar objects in the galaxy. Fact number 336. The Sun's position within the galaxy is relatively stable compared to regions closer to the galactic center, where gravitational interactions are more intense. This stability may influence long-term planetary conditions. Fact number 337. The Milky Way contains regions where gas is actively being stripped from smaller satellite galaxies through gravitational interaction. This process gradually reshapes both systems over time. Fact number 338. Some exoplanets may have surfaces covered in exotic forms of ice that behave differently under extreme pressure and temperature conditions. Planetary materials vary widely across the galaxy. Fact number 339. The galaxy's structure is maintained by a balance between gravitational collapse and rotational motion. This balance allows spiral galaxies like the Milky Way to persist for billions of years. Fact number 340. Certain stars emit strong bursts of radiation due to magnetic activity, which can influence nearby planetary atmospheres. Stellar behavior can directly affect planetary environments. Fact number 341. The Milky Way contains large-scale filaments of gas that connect different regions of star formation. These filaments act as channels for material distribution across the galaxy. Fact number 342. Some planets may orbit extremely close to their stars, completing an orbit in just a few hours. These worlds experience intense radiation and tidal forces. Fact number 343. The galaxy's interstellar medium includes both neutral and ionized components, each playing a role in star formation processes. The balance between these components influences galactic evolution. Fact number 344. Certain stars in the Milky Way are part of moving groups that share common origins and travel through space together. These groups gradually disperse over time due to gravitational interactions. Fact number 345. The Milky Way's central region contains a dense population of stars, gas clouds, and dust, creating a complex and active environment. This region is significantly more dynamic than the solar neighborhood. Fact number 346. Some exoplanets may experience permanent atmospheric circulation patterns driven by extreme temperature differences. These circulation systems can shape global climate in unusual ways. Fact number 347. The galaxy contains regions where supernova remnants expand outward into surrounding interstellar material. These remnants enrich space with heavy elements necessary for future star and planet formation. Fact number 348. The Milky Way's outer regions contain older, less chemically enriched stars that reflect early stages of galactic evolution. These regions provide insight into the galaxy's formation history. Fact number 349. Some stars in the galaxy are part of triple or higher order systems where multiple gravitational interactions occur simultaneously. These systems can produce highly complex orbital dynamics. Fact number 350. The Milky Way is embedded within a larger cosmic environment that includes nearby galaxies and intergalactic gas. It is not isolated but part of a broader gravitational system. Fact number 351. Certain exoplanets may have atmospheres dominated by gases that produce unusual optical effects, altering the appearance of their skies. Planetary atmospheres can significantly influence visual perception. Fact number 352. The galaxy's spiral arms are shaped by long-term gravitational waves that propagate through the disk. These waves compress gas and stimulate star formation along their paths. Fact number 353. Some stars in the Milky Way are extremely luminous, emitting vast amounts of energy compared to the Sun. These stars have relatively short lifespans due to their high energy output. Fact number 354. The interstellar medium contains microscopic dust particles that contribute to the formation of planets, asteroids, and comets. These particles serve as the building blocks of larger structures. Fact number 355. The Milky Way's structure continues to evolve as gas is converted into stars, and stars return material to space through stellar winds and supernova explosions. This ongoing cycle shapes the galaxy over billions of years. Fact number 356. Some exoplanets may exist in environments where radiation levels fluctuate significantly due to stellar variability. Such conditions could affect atmospheric stability over time. Fact number 357. The galaxy contains regions where star formation has largely ceased, resulting in older stellar populations with little new activity. These regions represent later stages of galactic evolution. Fact number 358. The Milky Way's dark matter halo extends far beyond the visible components of the galaxy, influencing its overall gravitational structure. Most of the galaxy's mass remains invisible to direct observation. Fact number 359. Some stars move through the galaxy in highly elliptical orbits that take them far above and below the galactic plane. These orbits reflect complex gravitational histories. Fact number 360. And as this sequence of facts continues, the Milky Way reveals itself less as a static object and more as a continuous unfolding process, a system where motion, gravity, radiation, and time interact without interruption. Stars are not fixed points. They are temporary stages in long cycles of change. Planets are not isolated worlds. They are products of ongoing cosmic processes, and the galaxy itself is not finished. It is still forming, still evolving, still shifting in subtle ways that unfold across timescales far beyond human perception. Yet despite this immense scale of change, nothing inside the Milky Way feels rushed. Everything moves according to deep time. And in that slow unfolding, the universe maintains a quiet continuity that extends far beyond individual moments, far beyond human history, and far beyond any single frame of observation. Fact number 361. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not evenly spaced, and some regions appear more tightly wound than others. This irregular spacing is a result of long-term gravitational dynamics rather than perfect geometric design. Fact number 362. Some exoplanets may exist in systems where asteroid belts are far denser than anything found in our solar system. From the surface of such a world, meteor activity could be frequent and visually dramatic across the night sky. Fact number 363. The galaxy contains stars that are part of ancient tidal streams, remnants of dwarf galaxies stretched apart by gravitational forces over billions of years. These streams trace invisible histories across space. Fact number 364. Certain regions of the Milky Way are dominated by cold, dense molecular clouds that act as the primary sites for star formation. Inside these clouds, gravity slowly overcomes internal pressure, leading to the birth of new stars. Fact number 365. The Sun's motion around the galaxy is influenced not only by the Milky Way's mass, but also by local gravitational interactions with nearby stars and gas structures. Even small forces accumulate over long timescales. Fact number 366. Some stars in the galaxy are surrounded by complex systems of planets, moons, and debris that form intricate gravitational networks. These systems can remain stable for billions of years under the right conditions. Fact number 367. The Milky Way emits faint X-rays produced by high-energy processes such as supernova remnants and accretion near black holes. These emissions reveal the galaxy's most energetic regions. Fact number 368. Certain exoplanets may have surfaces covered in molten lava due to extreme proximity to their host stars. These worlds experience constant resurfacing driven by intense heat. Fact number 369. The galaxy contains regions where star formation is triggered by collisions between massive gas clouds. These collisions compress material and accelerate the creation of new stellar systems. Fact number 370. Some stars are part of loosely bound associations that gradually disperse over time, spreading their members across the galaxy. These associations represent transient stages in stellar evolution. Fact number 371. The Milky Way's central black hole influences the motion of nearby stars through its immense gravitational field, even though it occupies a relatively small region of space. Its presence shapes the dynamics of the galactic core. Fact number 372. Interstellar space contains trace amounts of complex organic molecules formed through chemical reactions in cold environments. These molecules demonstrate that chemistry can occur even in extremely sparse conditions. Fact number 373. Some exoplanets may experience extreme volcanic activity driven by tidal heating from nearby massive bodies. Internal friction generates significant geological energy. Fact number 374. The galaxy contains regions where radiation pressure from massive stars shapes the surrounding gas into large bubble-like structures. These bubbles expand outward over time, influencing nearby star formation. Fact number 375. The Milky Way's disk is embedded within a larger halo of dark matter that extends far beyond the visible structure of the galaxy. This halo plays a key role in maintaining galactic stability. Fact number 376. Some stars in the galaxy are classified as hypergiants, possessing extremely large radii and high luminosities. These stars are rare and have relatively short lifespans compared to smaller stars. Fact number 377. The galaxy contains regions where interstellar gas is heated to millions of degrees, producing diffuse X-ray emissions. These hot regions coexist with much colder areas of space. Fact number 378. Certain exoplanets may have magnetic fields that interact strongly with their host stars, creating visible auroras that could cover large portions of the sky. Magnetic interactions can significantly affect planetary environments. Fact number 379. The Milky Way's structure has been influenced by past interactions with smaller galaxies that merged with it over time. These mergers have shaped its current spiral form. Fact number 380. Some stars are part of eclipsing binary systems, where one star periodically passes in front of the other from our point of view, causing observable changes in brightness. These systems provide valuable data about stellar properties. Fact number 381. The galaxy contains vast regions of low-density plasma that extend between star systems, carrying magnetic fields and charged particles. This plasma forms a dynamic medium throughout interstellar space. Fact number 382. Certain exoplanets may have atmospheres rich in sulfur compounds, producing hazy skies and unusual light scattering effects. Atmospheric chemistry varies widely across planetary systems. Fact number 383. The Milky Way's spiral arms are influenced by density waves that compress gas and trigger star formation as they move through the galactic disk. These waves shape the distribution of young stars. Fact number 384. Some stars in the galaxy are extremely stable over long periods, maintaining consistent brightness and temperature for billions of years. These stars provide stable environments for orbiting planets. Fact number 385. The interstellar medium contains dust grains that absorb and re-emit starlight, contributing to the infrared glow of the galaxy. This process helps redistribute energy across space. Fact number 386. The Milky Way continues to accrete material from its surroundings, slowly increasing its mass over cosmic time. This process occurs gradually and continuously. Fact number 387. Some exoplanets may exist in systems with highly inclined orbital planes, creating unusual spatial arrangements among planets. Planetary systems can vary significantly in structure. Fact number 388. The galaxy contains regions where gas flows along filamentary structures that connect distant star-forming areas. These filaments act as channels for matter distribution. Fact number 389. Certain stars in the Milky Way are surrounded by protoplanetary disks, where planets are actively forming. These disks gradually evolve into mature planetary systems. Fact number 390. The Sun is one of billions of stars in the galaxy, each with its own unique properties and history. Yet from Earth, it appears singular and dominant due to proximity. Fact number 391. The Milky Way's halo contains ancient stars that move in highly elliptical orbits, far from the galactic plane. These stars provide clues about early galactic formation. Fact number 392. Some exoplanets may experience permanent twilight conditions due to slow rotation or atmospheric scattering effects. Light conditions on such worlds differ significantly from Earth. Fact number 393. The galaxy emits low-frequency radio waves generated by natural astrophysical processes across large regions of space. These emissions are continuously present throughout the Milky Way. Fact number 394. Certain stars undergo periodic eruptions that temporarily increase their brightness and eject material into space. These events contribute to the recycling of stellar matter. Fact number 395. The Milky Way's structure reflects a balance between gravitational collapse and rotational motion that has persisted for billions of years. This balance allows the galaxy to maintain its spiral shape. Fact number 396. Some exoplanets may have surfaces shaped by constant meteor impacts, due to dense surrounding debris fields. Geological evolution on such worlds would be heavily influenced by external forces. Fact number 397. The galaxy contains regions where star formation is minimal, resulting in older stellar populations dominating the environment. These regions represent more evolved stages of galactic structure. Fact number 398. The Milky Way is part of a larger gravitational system that includes satellite galaxies orbiting its outer regions. These interactions influence its long-term evolution. Fact number 399. Some stars in the galaxy are part of systems where planets orbit multiple stars simultaneously, creating complex orbital dynamics. These systems challenge simple models of planetary motion. Fact number 400. And as these facts accumulate, the Milky Way reveals itself not as a static structure, but as an ongoing interplay of forces and processes. A galaxy is not a finished object. It is a continuous unfolding of gravity, motion, radiation, and time. Stars are born, evolve, and fade. Planets form, shift, and persist. Gas flows, condenses, and disperses. Across billions of years, everything participates in this slow cosmic rhythm, and within that rhythm, there is no urgency, only transformation. The Milky Way continues its quiet expansion of structure and complexity, turning slowly through space, unchanged in its motion yet constantly evolving in detail. Fact number 401. The Milky Way's outer regions rotate more slowly than its inner regions, creating a long-term shear effect that gradually reshapes the galaxy's structure. This differential motion is one of the reasons spiral patterns persist over vast timescales. Fact number 402. Some exoplanets may exist in systems where gravitational interactions with nearby stars periodically disturb their orbits, causing long cycles of climate instability. Planetary environments can be shaped not only by their host star, but by the broader galactic neighborhood. Fact number 403. The galaxy contains enormous clouds of neutral hydrogen that emit faint radio signals detectable with sensitive instruments. These emissions allow astronomers to map the Milky Way's large-scale structure beyond visible light. Fact number 404. Certain stars are surrounded by extended stellar winds that create large bubbles of low-density space around them. These bubbles influence how interstellar material flows and collects in surrounding regions. Fact number 405. The Milky Way's central region contains a dense mix of old stars, gas clouds, and energetic radiation sources that interact in complex ways. This environment is one of the most dynamically active areas of the galaxy. Fact number 406. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres dominated by carbon dioxide or nitrogen, producing skies very different from Earth's blue atmosphere. Atmospheric composition determines how light is scattered and perceived. Fact number 407. The galaxy contains regions where supernova explosions have enriched interstellar space with heavy elements essential for planet formation. These elements include carbon, oxygen, iron, and silicon. Fact number 408. Some stars are part of systems where gravitational interactions cause long-term orbital precession, slowly shifting the orientation of planetary paths. These subtle changes accumulate over millions of years. Fact number 409. The Milky Way's disk is surrounded by a halo of diffuse gas that extends far beyond the visible edge of the galaxy. This halo interacts with intergalactic material and nearby galaxies. Fact number 410. Certain exoplanets may experience extreme seasonal variations due to eccentric orbits that bring them close to and far from their host stars. These cycles can create dramatic environmental changes. Fact number 411. The galaxy contains stellar remnants such as white dwarfs, neutron stars, and black holes, each representing different endpoints of stellar evolution. These remnants continue to influence their surroundings long after active fusion has ended. Fact number 412. Some stars in the Milky Way are part of moving stellar streams that trace the remnants of past galactic mergers. These streams preserve the memory of smaller galaxies absorbed over time. Fact number 413. The interstellar medium contains both cold molecular clouds and hot ionized regions, often existing in close proximity. These contrasting environments interact to shape star formation processes. Fact number 414. The Sun orbits the galactic center in a slightly inclined path relative to the galactic plane, resulting in gentle vertical oscillations over time. This motion occurs over tens of millions of years. Fact number 415. Some exoplanets may be tidally locked in multi-star systems, resulting in complex patterns of illumination across their surfaces. Light distribution on such worlds can be highly uneven. Fact number 416. The Milky Way emits faint infrared radiation produced by dust grains, absorbing and re-emitting starlight. This infrared glow reveals structures hidden from visible observation. Fact number 417. Certain stars undergo periodic pulsations caused by internal changes in pressure and temperature. These pulsations help astronomers determine distances across the galaxy. Fact number 418. The galaxy contains regions where star formation has slowed significantly due to depletion of gas and dust. These regions represent later evolutionary stages of galactic development. Fact number 419. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres that interact strongly with stellar winds, leading to continuous atmospheric loss and replenishment cycles. Atmospheric stability depends on multiple interacting factors. Fact number 420. The Milky Way is gradually accreting small amounts of gas from intergalactic space, contributing to its long-term evolution. This process occurs slowly but continuously over billions of years. Fact number 421. The galaxy's spiral arms are shaped by both gravitational density waves and the motion of individual stars passing through them. These combined effects produce complex and evolving patterns. Fact number 422. Some stars in the Milky Way are extremely metal-rich, indicating they formed from gas enriched by multiple previous generations of stars. Chemical composition reveals the history of stellar formation. Fact number 423. The interstellar medium contains microscopic particles that play a key role in cooling gas clouds, enabling them to collapse and form new stars. Without these particles, star formation would be far less efficient. Fact number 424. Certain exoplanets may have magnetic fields strong enough to shield their atmospheres from stellar radiation, increasing their potential long-term stability. Magnetic protection is an important factor in planetary evolution. Fact number 425. The Milky Way's halo includes dark matter that influences the motion of stars and satellite galaxies through gravitational effects. Although invisible, its presence is essential for explaining galactic dynamics. Fact number 426. Some stars are part of long-period binary systems, where orbital cycles can take thousands of years to complete. These systems evolve slowly and subtly over time. Fact number 427. The galaxy contains regions where gas flows along elongated filaments connecting different star-forming areas. These structures help distribute material across large distances. Fact number 428. Certain exoplanets may experience constant volcanic resurfacing due to internal heat generated by tidal interactions. Geological activity on such worlds could be continuous and widespread. Fact number 429. The Milky Way's structure has been influenced by multiple past mergers with smaller galaxies, each leaving subtle traces in stellar motion and composition. These events have shaped the galaxy over billions of years. Fact number 430. Some stars in the galaxy are surrounded by expanding planetary nebulae, formed when outer layers are shed during the later stages of stellar evolution. These nebulae slowly disperse into interstellar space. Fact number 431. The interstellar medium contains regions of extremely low density where particles can travel vast distances without interaction. These near-vacuum environments are among the most empty regions in the galaxy. Fact number 432. The Milky Way's rotation curve remains one of the strongest pieces of evidence for the existence of unseen mass distributed throughout the galaxy. This unseen mass shapes the motion of visible matter. Fact number 433. Some exoplanets may exist in systems where orbital resonances create long-term stability, despite complex gravitational interactions. Resonance can help maintain order in dynamic systems. Fact number 434. The galaxy emits weak background radiation across multiple wavelengths, including radio, infrared, and X-ray bands. These emissions reflect diverse processes occurring throughout the Milky Way. Fact number 435. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of dense clusters where gravitational interactions are frequent and dynamic. These environments differ significantly from isolated stellar systems. Fact number 436. The Milky Way continues to evolve through gradual redistribution of mass, energy, and angular momentum. These processes operate over timescales far beyond human observation. Fact number 437. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres composed of exotic gases that create unusual optical phenomena under stellar illumination. Light interaction depends heavily on atmospheric composition. Fact number 438. The galaxy contains regions where star formation has been triggered by shockwaves from previous supernova explosions. These waves compress gas and initiate new cycles of stellar birth. Fact number 439. The Sun's position in the galaxy will gradually change over time due to gravitational interactions and orbital motion. These changes occur slowly across millions of years. Fact number 440. And as these facts continue to unfold, the Milky Way reveals itself as a vast, continuous system of motion and transformation. Nothing within it remains fixed indefinitely. Everything participates in cycles of formation, evolution, and gradual change. Stars emerge from clouds of gas. Planets form around stars. Energy flows through space in complex patterns. And over billions of years, the galaxy maintains its structure through constant adjustment rather than stillness. Even now, this process continues quietly, far beyond human perception, as the Milky Way turns through darkness with steady, unbroken motion. Fact number 441. The Milky Way contains regions where gas density is so low that atoms can drift for thousands of years without colliding with another particle. In these vast spaces, motion continues, but interaction becomes extremely rare. Fact number 442. Some exoplanets may exist in systems where stellar radiation fluctuates significantly due to variable star activity. These fluctuations can create long-term cycles of atmospheric change. Fact number 443. The galaxy's spiral arms are not solid structures, but patterns created by gravitational density waves moving through the disk. Stars enter and exit these regions continuously over time. Fact number 444. Certain stars in the Milky Way are surrounded by debris fields created from disrupted planetary systems. These remnants may include asteroids, dust, and fragments of former planets. Fact number 445. The Sun's motion through the galaxy is influenced by both large-scale gravitational forces and smaller local perturbations from nearby stars. This combination produces a gently shifting orbital path. Fact number 446. The Milky Way contains regions where star formation has nearly ceased due to a lack of cold molecular gas. These areas represent quieter phases in galactic evolution. Fact number 447. Some exoplanets may experience extreme atmospheric escape due to intense ultraviolet radiation from their host stars. Over time, this can significantly alter planetary composition. Fact number 448. The galaxy emits faint gamma rays produced by high-energy processes such as particle interactions near black holes and supernova remnants. These emissions reveal some of the most energetic events in the Milky Way. Fact number 449. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of hierarchical multiple systems where several gravitational layers coexist. These systems can remain stable despite complex orbital interactions. Fact number 450. The Milky Way's halo contains old stars and globular clusters that orbit far above and below the galactic plane. These objects provide insight into early stages of galaxy formation. Fact number 451. Some exoplanets may have permanent night sides where temperatures remain extremely low due to tidal locking. Atmospheric circulation may redistribute some heat, but conditions remain highly asymmetric. Fact number 452. The interstellar medium contains regions of shock-heated gas produced by supernova explosions and stellar winds. These regions contribute to the dynamic structure of the galaxy. Fact number 453. The Milky Way's rotation is not rigid but differential, meaning different parts rotate at different speeds. This creates long-term structural evolution in spiral patterns. Fact number 454. Certain stars undergo cycles of expansion and contraction that affect their brightness over time. These cycles can be used to measure distances across the galaxy. Fact number 455. The galaxy contains large-scale magnetic fields that influence the movement of charged particles across interstellar space. These fields help shape the structure of the interstellar medium. Fact number 456. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres rich in hydrogen and helium, similar to gas giants, but without solid surfaces. These worlds represent different planetary classes than those found in our solar system. Fact number 457. The Milky Way is gradually merging with smaller satellite galaxies, incorporating their stars and gas into its structure. These processes occur over billions of years. Fact number 458. The galaxy contains regions where dust obscuration prevents visible light from revealing underlying structures. Infrared observations are essential to study these hidden areas. Fact number 459. Certain stars in the Milky Way are extremely luminous but short-lived, consuming their fuel rapidly compared to smaller stars. Their lifetimes may last only a few million years. Fact number 460. The interstellar medium includes both ionized and neutral components that interact dynamically over time. These interactions influence star formation and energy distribution. Fact number 461. Some exoplanets may orbit in systems with highly inclined orbital planes, resulting in unusual spatial configurations. These systems demonstrate the diversity of planetary arrangements. Fact number 462. The Milky Way's spiral arms are maintained by a combination of gravitational forces and ongoing star formation activity. This interplay preserves the galaxy's overall structure. Fact number 463. Certain stars are surrounded by expanding shells of gas formed during late stages of stellar evolution. These shells gradually disperse into the interstellar medium. Fact number 464. The galaxy emits low-frequency radio waves generated by natural astrophysical processes occurring throughout its structure. These emissions provide information about large-scale galactic dynamics. Fact number 465. Some exoplanets may experience extreme axial tilts that create highly irregular seasonal patterns. These variations can significantly influence climate behavior. Fact number 466. The Milky Way contains regions where star formation is actively triggered by collisions between gas clouds. These collisions compress material and initiate gravitational collapse. Fact number 467. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of open clusters that gradually disperse over time due to gravitational interactions with surrounding stars. These clusters represent temporary groupings in stellar evolution. Fact number 468. The galaxy's structure includes both thin and thick disk components, each with different stellar populations and histories. These components reflect multiple stages of formation. Fact number 469. Some exoplanets may have surface conditions dominated by extreme volcanic or tectonic activity, driven by internal heating. Geological processes on such worlds can be highly active. Fact number 470. The Milky Way continues to accrete small amounts of intergalactic gas, contributing to its slow growth over time. This process helps sustain long-term star formation. Fact number 471. The galaxy's halo includes streams of stars that trace the remnants of past mergers with dwarf galaxies. These streams preserve information about the Milky Way's evolutionary history. Fact number 472. Certain stars in the galaxy exhibit periodic brightness variations caused by internal pulsations. These variations provide insight into stellar structure. Fact number 473. The interstellar medium contains dust grains that play a crucial role in cooling gas clouds, enabling star formation. Without these grains, the efficiency of star formation would be significantly reduced. Fact number 474. Some exoplanets may exist in environments with strong stellar winds that continuously strip and replenish atmospheric material. These dynamic conditions create unstable but evolving atmospheres. Fact number 475. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not fixed structures but evolving density patterns influenced by gravitational interactions. Stars move through these regions rather than remaining permanently within them. Fact number 476. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of long-period binary systems, with orbital cycles spanning thousands of years. These systems evolve slowly over time. Fact number 477. The galaxy contains regions where gas temperatures reach millions of degrees due to shock heating and energetic processes. These hot regions coexist with much colder molecular clouds. Fact number 478. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres that scatter light in unusual ways, producing skies with unfamiliar colors. Atmospheric composition determines visual appearance. Fact number 479. The Milky Way's structure is shaped by a balance between gravitational attraction and rotational motion. This balance allows the galaxy to maintain its spiral form over long periods. Fact number 480. And as these facts continue to accumulate, the Milky Way becomes increasingly recognizable not as a fixed object, but as an ongoing system of change. A structure defined by motion rather than stillness. A galaxy where every component participates in continuous transformation. Stars are born from collapsing clouds of gas. Planets form from surrounding debris. Energy moves through space in complex and evolving patterns, and over billions of years, these processes collectively maintain the galaxy's structure. There is no final state, only continuity. And even now, the Milky Way continues its slow rotation through space, carrying countless stars, planets, and unseen structures along its vast spiral arms, unchanged in direction, but constantly evolving in detail. Fact number 481. The Milky Way is not perfectly stable in shape over time, but it is dynamically stable in behavior. This means it continuously changes in detail while maintaining an overall spiral structure across billions of years. Fact number 482. Some exoplanets may orbit stars that are themselves part of dense stellar environments, where nearby stars are close enough to influence planetary systems through gravitational interaction. In such regions, planetary orbits may evolve more rapidly than in isolated systems like our own. Fact number 483. The galaxy contains vast reservoirs of cold hydrogen gas that serve as the raw material for future star formation. These reservoirs are slowly converted into stars through gravitational collapse. Fact number 484. Certain stars in the Milky Way are surrounded by circumstellar disks that gradually thin as material is either incorporated into planets or dispersed into space. These disks represent early stages of planetary system development. Fact number 485. The Sun's orbit around the galaxy is influenced by the combined gravitational effects of the Milky Way's disk, bulge, and dark matter halo. Each component contributes differently to the overall gravitational field. Fact number 486. Some exoplanets may experience intense atmospheric chemistry driven by high-energy radiation from their host stars. These processes can create complex and unstable atmospheric compositions. Fact number 487. The Milky Way emits a diffuse glow across multiple wavelengths due to the combined effect of billions of stars and interstellar processes. This glow forms the background structure of the observable galaxy. Fact number 488. Certain regions of the galaxy are dominated by older stellar populations that contain fewer heavy elements, reflecting early stages of chemical evolution. These regions preserve information about the galaxy's formation history. Fact number 489. The interstellar medium includes regions where magnetic fields align with gas flows, shaping large-scale filamentary structures. These structures influence how material moves through the galaxy. Fact number 490. Some stars in the Milky Way undergo sudden changes in brightness due to internal instabilities or external interactions with nearby objects. These variations provide insight into stellar behavior and structure. Fact number 491. The galaxy contains regions where supernova remnants overlap, creating complex networks of expanding shockwaves. These interactions redistribute energy and matter throughout interstellar space. Fact number 492. Certain exoplanets may exist in systems with multiple gas giants that shape the orbital architecture of the entire system through gravitational influence. Planetary system stability depends on long-term orbital balance. Fact number 493. The Milky Way's spiral arms are maintained through ongoing star formation and density wave propagation. These processes ensure the persistence of the galaxy's spiral structure. Fact number 494. Some stars are part of globular clusters that contain hundreds of thousands of stars packed into relatively small regions of space. These clusters are among the oldest structures in the galaxy. Fact number 495. The galaxy contains regions where gas temperature and density vary dramatically over relatively small distances. This variation leads to diverse astrophysical conditions. Fact number 496. The Sun is currently located in a relatively low-density region of the galaxy, known as the local bubble. This region is thought to have been formed by ancient supernova activity. Fact number 497. Some exoplanets may experience extreme seasonal variations due to orbital eccentricity combined with axial tilt. These variations can produce highly dynamic climate systems. Fact number 498. The Milky Way's halo contains dark matter that influences the motion of satellite galaxies and stellar streams. Although invisible, its gravitational effects are fundamental to galactic structure. Fact number 499. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of binary systems where mass transfer can significantly alter their evolution. These interactions can lead to phenomena such as novae or Type 1a supernovae. Fact number 500. The Milky Way continues to evolve through the gradual conversion of gas into stars and the return of stellar material into the interstellar medium. This cycle of matter and energy shapes the galaxy over billions of years. Fact number 501. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres that are constantly replenished by volcanic activity or cometary impacts. Atmospheric stability depends on a balance between loss and replenishment processes. Fact number 502. The galaxy emits faint radiation across the electromagnetic spectrum due to a combination of thermal and non-thermal processes. These emissions provide a comprehensive picture of galactic activity. Fact number 503. Certain stars in the Milky Way are surrounded by planetary systems that are still actively forming, with material gradually coalescing into larger bodies. These systems represent ongoing planetary evolution. Fact number 504. The interstellar medium contains regions of ionized gas created by ultraviolet radiation from nearby stars. These regions contribute to the overall energy balance of the galaxy. Fact number 505. Some exoplanets may exist in environments where radiation levels fluctuate due to stellar variability or nearby astrophysical events. These fluctuations can influence atmospheric and surface conditions. Fact number 506. The Milky Way's structure is shaped by long-term gravitational interactions both within the galaxy and with external galaxies. These interactions influence its spiral form and overall dynamics. Fact number 507. Certain stars are part of stellar streams that trace the remnants of ancient dwarf galaxies absorbed by the Milky Way. These streams preserve the memory of past galactic mergers. Fact number 508. The galaxy contains regions where star formation is triggered by shockwaves from supernova explosions or colliding gas clouds. These processes compress material and initiate gravitational collapse. Fact number 509. Some exoplanets may experience tidal heating due to gravitational interactions with nearby massive bodies. This heating can drive geological activity such as volcanism. Fact number 510. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not static structures but dynamic patterns influenced by density waves and stellar motion. Stars continuously move through these arms over time. Fact number 511. The galaxy contains a wide range of stellar types, from small, cool red dwarfs to massive, luminous blue giants. Each type contributes differently to galactic evolution. Fact number 512. The interstellar medium includes both dust and gas that interact with radiation from stars, influencing the propagation of light through the galaxy. These interactions shape how the Milky Way appears from different perspectives. Fact number 513. Some exoplanets may orbit within systems that contain remnants of previous planetary systems, such as asteroid belts or debris disks. These remnants can influence new planetary formation. Fact number 514. The Milky Way continues to accrete small amounts of material from its surroundings, gradually increasing its mass over cosmic time. This slow growth is part of its long-term evolution. Fact number 515. Certain stars in the galaxy are part of systems where orbital dynamics are influenced by multiple gravitational sources, creating complex motion patterns. These systems demonstrate the diversity of stellar configurations. Fact number 516. The galaxy emits low-level background radiation that fills interstellar space, resulting from the combined activity of billions of stars. This radiation forms part of the galactic environment. Fact number 517. Some exoplanets may have atmospheres that interact strongly with stellar winds, creating continuous cycles of atmospheric loss and replenishment. These interactions influence long-term planetary evolution. Fact number 518. The Milky Way's structure is maintained through a balance of competing forces, including gravity, rotation, and pressure from interstellar gas. This balance allows the galaxy to remain stable over long timescales. Fact number 519. Certain stars undergo periodic variability due to internal processes that affect their energy output. These variations can be used to study stellar interiors and evolution. Fact number 520. And as this sequence continues, the Milky Way becomes increasingly understood not as a static backdrop, but as a living system of continuous transformation, a galaxy shaped by motion, gravity, radiation, and time. Stars are born, evolve, and fade. Planets form, shift, and persist. Gas flows through vast interstellar networks, and across billions of years, these processes maintain the galaxy's structure through constant change rather than permanence. Even now, the Milky Way continues its slow, unbroken rotation through space, carrying countless worlds along its spiral arms, evolving quietly in ways that unfold far beyond immediate perception.